Taurus, I just sat down with my deck and wow, the energy that came through for you today is absolutely mind-blowing. There's this person in your life who has been playing games, testing boundaries, maybe even trying to get a rise out of you for weeks or maybe even months, and something has fundamentally shifted. They're scared now, actually genuinely scared of your reaction. And honestly, Taurus, it's about damn time. I can feel this energy so strongly as I'm shuffling these cards. There's someone who thought they had you figured out, someone who believed they could push your buttons whenever they wanted, someone who maybe took your patience and your Taurus loyalty for granted. But you know what? The tables have completely turned and they're starting to realize they've been playing with fire this whole time without even knowing it. Let me pull some cards and dive deep into exactly what's happening in this dynamic, because the universe has some seriously powerful messages for you right now, and I have a feeling this reading is going to give you so much clarity about what you've been experiencing lately. The first card I'm getting is the Four of Swords, and this is so incredibly interesting because at first glance, people might think this is about you being passive or withdrawn, but that couldn't be further from the truth. This card is showing me that you've found this place of inner stillness and strategic thinking that has completely changed the entire dynamic of this relationship. You know how Taurus energy can be so beautifully grounded and patient, but when you've truly had enough, there's this quiet, unshakable power that emerges. That's exactly what's manifesting here. This person who is trying to provoke you, they're used to getting immediate reactions from people. They thrive on drama, on pushing buttons, on making people lose their cool and say things they don't mean. They probably have a whole pattern of doing this with different people in their life. But you, my incredible Taurus, you've learned something absolutely powerful through this experience. You've discovered that your silence, your thoughtful responses, your complete refusal to engage in their chaos is actually your greatest weapon. The Four of Swords is telling me that this period of what might have looked like withdrawal or disengagement from the outside was actually you gathering your strength, processing your thoughts, planning your next moves, and honestly, it has them completely thrown off balance in ways they never expected. They're so used to getting instant reactions that your measured responses are like speaking a foreign language to them. I can literally see this person now sitting there wondering why their usual tactics aren't working anymore. They're probably thinking things like, why isn't this getting to them like it used to? Why aren't they getting upset or angry or trying to defend themselves? And that uncertainty, that loss of control over your emotional state is making them incredibly uncomfortable. They've lost their power over you, and somewhere deep in their subconscious, they absolutely know it. The Four of Swords is also showing me that during this time of apparent quiet, you've been doing some serious inner work. You've been reflecting on patterns, maybe recognizing how you've allowed people to treat you in the past, and making some fundamental decisions about what you will and won't accept going forward. This isn't about you becoming cold or shutting down emotionally. This is about you becoming incredibly selective about where you invest your energy. The next card coming through is the King of Cups. And oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful because it's showing me the emotional maturity and sovereignty you've developed through this entire situation. You're not responding from a place of hurt or anger anymore. You're not reacting from old wounds or insecurities. You're responding from this place of emotional mastery where you can see their behavior for exactly what it is: insecurity, manipulation, fear-based actions that have nothing to do with your worth as a person. This King of Cups energy is so incredibly powerful for Taurus because it combines your natural stability and groundedness with this deep, profound emotional intelligence. You're not shutting down your feelings or becoming emotionally unavailable. You're mastering them. You're not becoming cold or disconnected. You're becoming wise. And this person can absolutely sense that shift in you at an energetic level. They can feel that you're operating from a completely different dimension now. And it genuinely scares them because they can't manipulate someone who truly understands their own worth. The King of Cups is someone who has been through emotional storms and learned how to navigate them with grace. This card is telling me that you've probably been hurt by this person's behavior in the past, but instead of letting that pain make you bitter or reactive, you've transformed it into wisdom. You've learned to see their provocations as information about their character, not as reflections of your value. I'm seeing this person trying their old tricks, maybe sending those texts that used to upset you, maybe doing those little things they know used to get under your skin, maybe even trying to make you jealous or insecure, but instead of the emotional reaction they're expecting and frankly depending on, they're met with either complete silence or responses that are so measured, so mature, so emotionally intelligent that it actually makes them feel small and immature by comparison. That's the incredible power of the King of Cups energy you've stepped into. You're not trying to hurt them back or get revenge. You're not playing their games or stooping to their level. You're simply not available for their drama anymore, and that unavailability is more powerful than any argument or confrontation could ever be. Now I'm pulling the Three of Pentacles, and this is where things get really fascinating. This card is traditionally about collaboration, teamwork, and building something meaningful together, but in this context, it's showing me that this person is starting to realize they need to completely change their entire approach with you if they want any kind of relationship at all. They're beginning to understand, probably for the first time, that if they want any connection with you, whether it's romantic, friendship, or even just basic civil interaction, they need to meet you on your level now. They need to bring something constructive and valuable to the table instead of just drama and chaos. The Three of Pentacles is suggesting that they're actually starting to respect the boundaries you've established, not because they want to, but because they're realizing they have no other choice. They're seeing that you're not the same person who used to tolerate their disrespectful behavior, and if they want to be part of your life moving forward, they need to step up significantly. This is such a profound Taurus victory because you didn't have to fight or argue your way to this point. You didn't have to have dramatic confrontations or make ultimatums. You simply became so solid and unwavering in your standards that they had no choice but to either rise to meet you or remove themselves from your life entirely. I'm getting the sense that this person might actually start approaching you in completely different ways soon. Maybe asking for genuine conversation instead of trying to start drama. Maybe actually apologizing for past behavior instead of making excuses or trying to justify their actions. Maybe even asking what they can do to repair the damage they've caused. The Three of Pentacles suggests they want to build something real and authentic with you now, not just continue these exhausting emotional games. But here's what's beautiful about your energy right now. You get to decide if you want to give them that opportunity. You're not obligated to accept their attempts at connection just because they're finally ready to be mature. You've earned the right to be selective about who gets access to your energy. The Seven of Wands is coming through next, and this is such powerful confirmation that you have been in a defensive position for a while. But here's the crucial difference. You've been defending your ground successfully. This isn't about you being under constant attack and struggling to survive. This is about you holding your position so firmly and with such unwavering strength that everyone around you has to acknowledge and respect your power. The Seven of Wands shows me that there may have been multiple people or situations challenging you recently, not just this one person. Maybe there's been a whole pattern of people testing your boundaries, questioning your decisions, or trying to make you compromise your standards. But your Taurus nature, that incredible ability to stand your ground while remaining calm and centered, has served you so incredibly well throughout this entire period. This card is telling me that you haven't given an inch where it truly matters. You haven't compromised your values to keep peace. You haven't lowered your standards to make other people comfortable. You haven't sacrificed your self-respect to maintain relationships that weren't serving you. And now everyone can clearly see that you're not someone to be messed with or taken lightly. This person who is trying to provoke you, they're realizing that you're not going anywhere, you're not backing down, and you're certainly not going to compromise your peace and well-being for their entertainment or emotional satisfaction. The Seven of Wands is telling me that your victory here isn't just about this one situation or this one person. It's setting a powerful precedent for how people treat you going forward in all areas of your life. You've essentially trained everyone around you to understand that certain behaviors will not be tolerated, certain boundaries will not be crossed, and certain levels of disrespect will result in immediate consequences. That's incredibly powerful energy to embody. Now, I'm getting the Two of Cups, and this might surprise you because we've been talking about conflict and defense and standing your ground. But this card is showing me the genuine potential for authentic connection that exists once all the games and manipulation finally stop completely. This person's defeat and admission that their tactics aren't working doesn't necessarily mean the end of your relationship. It might actually be the beginning of a real, honest, mature connection for the first time. But here's what's absolutely beautiful about this card showing up in your reading right now. It's appearing after they've admitted defeat, after they've stopped their inappropriate behavior, after they've learned to approach you with respect and authenticity. The Two of Cups is about mutual respect, genuine affection, and balanced emotional exchange. This isn't about you compromising your standards or going back to accepting poor treatment. This is about them finally being ready to meet you as an equal, to treat you with the respect you deserve, and to contribute positively to the connection instead of just taking from it. This card only works when both people are bringing their authentic, healed selves to the relationship. It can't exist when one person is trying to manipulate, control, or provoke the other. So if this Two of Cups energy is going to manifest in your situation, it will only happen because they've genuinely learned and grown from this experience. I'm feeling like this person might actually have much deeper feelings for you than they've been showing through their behavior. All this provocation and game playing might have been their completely immature and misguided way of trying to get your attention or test your interest in them. But your absolute refusal to play along has forced them to grow up emotionally and figure out how to connect with you in healthy, appropriate ways. The Two of Cups can also represent the healing of a connection that has been damaged by poor behavior. If this person is willing to do the work to repair what they've broken and prove through consistent actions that they've changed, this card suggests that genuine forgiveness and renewed connection are possible, but that's entirely your choice to make. The Ace of Swords is coming through so clearly and powerfully right now, and this is all about truth finally cutting through all the confusion, mixed signals, and emotional games. This card represents clarity, breakthrough moments, and the incredible power of seeing situations exactly as they truly are without any illusions or self-deception. For you, Taurus, this ace is bringing the profound realization of just how much personal power you actually have in this dynamic and probably in all your relationships. I think there might have been times when you questioned yourself, wondering if you were being too harsh, too unforgiving, or too demanding in your standards. The Ace of Swords is telling you definitively that your instincts have been absolutely, completely correct throughout this entire situation. This person needed to be met with firm boundaries and clear consequences for their behavior. They needed someone who wouldn't enable their immaturity or make excuses for their poor choices. Your approach, maintaining your standards while refusing to engage in drama, has worked perfectly to create the exact wake-up call they needed. This card also suggests that the complete truth about their feelings, motivations, and intentions is about to become crystal clear to you. No more guessing games, no more trying to interpret mixed signals, no more wondering what they really want from you or how they actually feel. The Ace of Swords brings that moment of absolute, undeniable clarity where everything makes perfect sense and you can see the whole situation from a much higher perspective. I'm also seeing that this clarity is giving you a profound sense of personal power that you might not have fully recognized or owned before this experience. You've proven to yourself that you can handle manipulation without being manipulated. You've demonstrated that you can maintain your standards even under pressure. You've shown yourself that you don't need anyone's validation or approval to know your own worth. That realization is incredibly liberating, especially for Taurus energy, which sometimes struggles with people-pleasing tendencies. The Ace of Swords is also cutting away any remaining illusions you might have had about this person or similar people in your life. You're seeing clearly now who deserves your time, energy, and emotional investment and who doesn't. That clarity is going to serve you so well in making decisions about this relationship and all your future connections. The Queen of Wands just appeared in your reading, and oh my goodness, this energy is absolutely incredible. This is you fully stepped into your power, and it's not the typical earthy Taurus card, but it's perfect because it shows how you've learned to blend your natural groundedness and stability with this confident, fiery energy that demands and commands respect from everyone around you. The Queen of Wands is someone who knows exactly what she wants and isn't afraid to go after it unapologetically. She's warm, generous, and loving with the people who deserve it and treat her well, but she has absolutely zero tolerance for nonsense, disrespect, or emotional immaturity. This is the powerful energy you've stepped into through this whole challenging experience. You've learned that you don't have to be loud, dramatic, or aggressive to be powerful. You don't have to fight every single battle to win the war. You don't have to prove your worth to people who are determined not to see it. Your power comes from your absolute certainty about your own value and your complete unwillingness to accept less than you deserve. This person is scared of your reaction now because they can sense this Queen of Wands energy radiating from you. They know instinctively that you're not someone who will accept poor treatment anymore. They understand that if they cross certain lines or disrespect your boundaries, you won't just get upset or try to argue with them. You'll simply remove them from your life without drama, without explanation, and without looking back. That level of self-respect and emotional independence is absolutely terrifying to someone who's used to being able to push and pull people's emotions for their own entertainment. The Queen of Wands also suggests that you're attracting completely different energy now in all areas of your life. People are starting to see you differently, approach you with more respect, and maybe even treat you in ways that actually honor your worth and value. This shift in your energy isn't just affecting this one person or this one situation. It's changing your entire energetic signature and how you show up in the world. You're probably noticing that people who used to feel comfortable disrespecting you are now more careful around you. People who used to take you for granted are now making more effort. People who used to assume you'd always be available for their drama are now thinking twice before bringing their chaos to your door. That's the power of the Queen of Wands energy you're embodying. Now I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles, and this is such a classically perfect Taurus card because it's all about self-sufficiency, luxury, independence, and genuinely enjoying the fruits of your own labor. But in this specific context, it's showing me that your emotional and energetic independence is what's really freaking this person out, and probably several other people in your life as well. They're finally realizing that you don't need them. You don't need their attention, their validation, their approval, or their drama to feel complete, happy, or fulfilled. The Nine of Pentacles shows someone who has cultivated their own beautiful garden, both literally and metaphorically, and is perfectly content and satisfied with their own company and their own achievements. This card is telling me that while they were playing games and trying to control the dynamic between you, you were busy building a life that you actually love and enjoy. You were working on yourself, improving your situation, maybe even treating yourself to things that bring you genuine joy and satisfaction. Maybe you've been focusing on your career, your health, your living space, your friendships, or your personal interests. And now they're looking at you living your absolute best life, completely unbothered by their absence or their attempts to upset you, and it's a reality check they definitely weren't expecting. The Nine of Pentacles also suggests financial or material stability that you've created independently. This might be part of why you're no longer willing to tolerate poor behavior from anyone. You're not dependent on this person or anyone else for your security, happiness, or sense of self-worth. You have your own resources, your own support system, your own reasons to feel confident and secure in your life. This card often appears when someone has reached a level of self-sufficiency where they can be very selective about who they allow into their space. You're not accepting connections out of loneliness, boredom, or neediness anymore. You're only interested in relationships that actually add value to your already fulfilling life. I think this person is realizing that they actually need you more than you need them. And that shift in the power dynamic is uncomfortable for someone who's used to feeling like they hold all the cards. They're seeing that you have options, that you're happy without them, and that you're not going to compromise your peace just to maintain a connection with someone who doesn't appreciate what they have. I'm pulling one final card, and it's the Page of Swords, which is really interesting because this represents new ways of thinking, communicating, and approaching situations. I think this person is about to approach you in a completely different manner than they ever have before. The Page energy is young, curious, and eager to learn, suggesting they're finally ready to listen and understand instead of just trying to provoke reactions or control outcomes. The Page of Swords can also represent messages or important communication coming your way. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you receive some kind of apology, acknowledgement, or attempt at mature conversation from this person in the near future. But here's what the cards want you to understand clearly. You get to decide how to respond to that. You're not obligated to forgive immediately, go back to old patterns, or give them unlimited chances just because they're finally being mature and respectful. This Page energy might also be representing a new version of yourself that's emerging from this entire challenging experience. You've learned new strategies for dealing with difficult people, developed new ways of communicating your boundaries clearly, and discovered new levels of self-respect and self-protection that will serve you incredibly well in all your relationships going forward. The Page of Swords is also about intellectual clarity and the ability to see through people's motivations. You've developed this skill through necessity during this situation, and it's going to be such a valuable tool for you. You can probably sense people's intentions much more quickly now. You can spot manipulation, game playing, and emotional immaturity from a mile away. That's going to save you so much time and energy in the future. What I absolutely love about this entire reading is that it shows your incredible growth, strength, and personal power without requiring you to become someone you're not fundamentally. You're still Taurus at your core. Still loving, still loyal, still grounded, still generous with the right people. But you've added these essential layers of wisdom, discernment, and self-protection that make you absolutely unshakable. This person's defeat isn't really about them losing and you winning in some petty competition. It's about them finally realizing that they can't manipulate, control, or disrespect someone who truly knows their worth and refuses to accept poor treatment. It's about them understanding that if they want to be part of your life going forward, they need to bring respect, authenticity, maturity, and genuine care to the table consistently. The beautiful thing about how you've handled this entire situation is that you didn't have to become mean, vindictive, or cruel to achieve this outcome. You didn't have to lower yourself to their level or engage in the same immature behaviors they were displaying. You simply became completely unavailable for games, drama, and disrespect. You simply started treating yourself with the love and respect you deserve and expected others to do the same. That's such authentic, powerful Taurus energy. Steady, consistent, uncompromising when it comes to your values, and absolutely unstoppable when you know you're doing the right thing. Whether this person steps up significantly and learns to treat you with the consistent respect and care you deserve, or whether they fade away from your life because they can't handle your higher standards, you win either way. You've discovered your own incredible power. You've set a strong foundation for all your future relationships, and you've proven to yourself that you absolutely don't need to tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or poor treatment to be loved and valued. The universe is showing you through this experience that you deserve relationships built on mutual respect, genuine care, emotional maturity, and authentic connection. You deserve people who celebrate your worth, not people who constantly test it. You deserve people who add peace and joy to your life, not people who create unnecessary drama and chaos. So to all my beautiful, powerful Taurus viewers, if you're currently dealing with someone who's been trying to provoke you, test your boundaries, play games with your emotions, or treat you in ways that don't align with your worth, please take inspiration from this incredibly strong energy. Your consistency, your standards, and your refusal to compromise your well-being are your absolute superpowers. Your decision not to engage in drama, manipulation, or emotional games is actually the most powerful response you can give to immature behavior. Trust completely that your approach is working even if you can't see all the results immediately. People are watching how you handle yourself. People are learning from your example, and people are adjusting their behavior based on the energy you consistently bring to interactions. Your quiet strength is speaking volumes to everyone around you, and those who are truly meant to be in your life will rise to meet you exactly where you are. The universe is absolutely, completely supporting you in maintaining these higher standards for yourself and your relationships. You deserve connections built on respect, authenticity, emotional maturity, and genuine care and affection. Please don't settle for anything less just because someone is finally ready to offer you the bare minimum of decent treatment after treating you poorly for an extended period. Keep being the grounded, powerful, self-respecting Taurus that you are at your core. The right people will appreciate and honor your energy naturally, and those who can't or won't will fade away from your life organically. Either outcome serves your highest good perfectly. Your standards aren't too high. Your boundaries aren't unreasonable. Your expectations for respect and genuine care aren't asking too much. You've simply evolved beyond accepting crumbs from people when you deserve the whole feast. Let me know in the comments if this reading resonated deeply with your current situation. I'd absolutely love to hear about your own experiences with setting firm boundaries and watching people's behavior change dramatically in response. Your stories inspire other Taurus souls who might be going through similar challenges. Until next time, keep shining that beautiful, powerful Taurus light and never apologize for knowing your worth.